year was 1980. The United States and the Soviet Union were bitter enemies. We were rivals politically, economically. But the real important event of 1980 that most people cared about was the Winter Olympics. We were hosting in the United States in Lake Placid, New York. And the one matchup that everybody figured Americans would lose in the rivalry was in hockey. The Russian hockey team was unstoppable. They were basically made up of professionals while everybody else was an amateur at that time. So they never lost. They had won numerous gold medals year after year after year. The United States hockey team that year was made up of mostly college students. They loved the game, they loved playing together, but everyone figured, we got no chance to win. A lot of those guys are from Minnesota, and that's where I was growing up at the time, so hockey was a big deal. And again, it was a major rivalry. Everybody was waving the flag, chanting USA. It was a big deal. But we figured we don't really have much of a chance. And that was kind of proven. A week before the Olympics started, the United States hockey team played the Soviet Union in an exhibition game. We lost 10-3, and it wasn't even that close. Nothing was expected of those boys, because that's really what they were compared to the Soviet Union men. But something changed. Over the 6 months that they had been together before the Olympics, they had worked hard every single day. Their coach had prepared them for what they were going to face. And he exhibited our character quality for today. He taught them how to battle. That's our word, battle. And what that means is to use everything at our disposal to do our best and to persevere, use all of our skills. Those young men were very good hockey players. They were the best the United States had to offer at that time. And they knew that if they could get their skill level and their ability to the right, to be able to challenge the Soviets, you never know what might happen. So sure enough, they make it through the first part of the Olympic hockey tournament, and eventually they play the Soviets. The game itself is remembered probably more than any other sporting event by people my age. We remember what happened on that day. Even during the game itself, no one expected them to be successful. In the first period, they got behind 1-0, but they tied it up. They got behind 2-1, but they tied it up. Second period, they go down 3-2. There was no quit in those young men though. They kept battling. Every piece of adversity that came their way, they fought through it, they fought through it, and they fought through it. And finally in the third period, on a power play goal, they tied it up, and a minute and a half later, with 10 minutes left in the game, a man named Mike Eruzione put us ahead 4-3. The very end of the game is probably one of the most memorable things that people remember from sports, because Al Michaels yelled into the microphone with about 2 seconds left, "Do you believe in miracles?" And we won. It was a great day. And it was a great day because those young men exhibited how to fight, how to get through adversity, and how to do something that no one else expects. Our word battle today is about you and I understanding that we can do the exact same thing. God tells us in Romans chapter 5, adversity produces perseverance, perseverance character, and character hope, and hope does not disappoint. We know that we have adversity a lot in life. We fail over and over again. I bet you think about it when it happens to you, and I know I think about it happens to me, and we think, I don't want this. I don't want to be weak. I don't want to mess up. I don't want to do things incorrectly. And I hate it when I sin because I can feel that guilt. God, however, uses that to our advantage. If it were too easy for us, why would we need God? Sin makes us weak. Sin shows our weakness, but sin shows God's strength. When we're weak, God is strong. That's what our word is about today. We battle in this life because we will fail. We battle because we have weakness. We battle because we sin and we disappoint ourselves and other people. But God picks us up. Jesus' death and resurrection guarantees that our guilt is taken away and our sin is gone. And that ability to know that that's true is what gives us power to battle through adversity, to battle when we struggle with things. The hockey team did something no one else thought they could do, and they were successful. You and I are also doing something that we never thought we could do, and that's be God's children and be in heaven someday because of what Jesus has done for us. Our sin, our weakness, wiped away by God's power and strength. Battle every day, fight against your sinful nature, and also rely on what God has done for you.